That's that was really mean. Sorry that maybe I don't know who I want to be with, Ben. And some people it takes a while to know who you should really be with. But honestly, I was just going to date around a bit because I'm not feeling, what's the word? I'm not feeling all there. Guess that's the right. I got a bit of a headache brewing. It might turn into a migraine. Don't want anybody thinking they know what the official fast food place of Kirk has glasses is, because then profits won't change. I was just gonna fuck around on Dream Daddy. Hey buddy, so I have a favor to ask. I guess you need a spotter. Robert invited me over for dinner. I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's gonna be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? Eggs, 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 water, and sweat. I love food. I especially love food that's free. I love how I assume that he's just gonna pay for my meal now. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking, but sure. Wait, did he was cooking? Robert's cooking. Dude, I'm down. Oh, sorry. It went down way too low. I brought it down a little bit just so that you could hear me over it. My bad. Thank you, prayer hands and water. I really hope that's a sweat of relief. Eat that dinner. Let's go. Robert intrigued me. I'm definitely not down to clown with Robert because Robert seems like he might murder me, but he's a very interesting dude. Doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food, but why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work out itself into a paranoia. And now I get burpy. I did have dinner right before this. Hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. I think that's just anxiety. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Already write that? Craig and I decided to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Have I been to Robert's place? Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of white wine in hand. Kirk, boy, am I glad to see you. Likewise, man, classy of you to bring wine. Oh, it's not wine. It's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he has telling the truth or not. I can never tell. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an... Start walking up. Realize... And... There we go. Actually, sometimes it goes to a 4-line situation. Covered up. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirt. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn.
Hey!
One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. I mean, it was on the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it, but still. If he were on trial, I think the jury would define that as in the trash can. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually... Maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. I mean, I didn't plan to get philosophical today. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. When does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second! Uncharted territory. He's the one making barking noises. Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see. Kirk, didn't know you'd be tagging along. Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. Can't leave. I can leave if it's... Oh, it's fine. Come on in. Enter Robert's living room. Surprisingly real nice. Super messy, but nice. Make yourselves at home. You can still hear barking from the room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Put her up one guest row. She'll calm down in a bit. What kind of dog is she? Pit bull. Rescued her from a dog fighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I'd probably have both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raised an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. He's lying about that. 100%. Hope you guys like go. I don't even know what that is. Sure, it's still lit. Room presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig whispers. Dogfighting thing real, or was he kidding? I'm saying it's a lie. Then it's a straight up lie. No way.
Hey.
What's Oso? I don't know as well. Did he make up that word? Until I have Oso go. We can only assume so. We can only assume Oso. Silence for a second, talking in Robert's living room. Are you about to get sawed?
Nice.
Man, have you seen Saw? Until you've seen Saw, don't say something Saw until you've seen. So the character's supposed to be me, and I've seen all the Saw. Seen every Saw. Only one that I read. It's weird, because I didn't really like horror movies. And here we are, talking about something not related. Where was I? Nah, usually you wake up in those voluntarily walk. Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates, steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dining table, don't trust them, so we're eating here. Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. Still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe, lots of sauce. I can make out some... Past tense, are you here to tell me what osobuco is? Because you're a dude that makes... Chef. No idea what it is. Might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there's a way to find out. I'll take a bite. Oh my god. I take another bite. Medley of flavors in this tasting. The meat is so tender, and the risotto, I think that's what it is, it's so creamy. Robert, incredible. You cook this? I fished it out of the dumpster behind a restaurant, or at least I think. Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost can't. I'm kidding. I look over at Craig, who looks weird. Full Robert's. Glad you like it. Where did you learn how to cook like? Worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot sec. I decided to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke. Worked a couple of odd jobs. Hot sex? No, I haven't said hot sex. It's me, man. I can't even say the words hot sex in any serious way. Like trying to get 2 magnets touch each other. It's just not gonna happen. I dropped out of college, went back. Oh, I already read. A couple odd jobs wherever I could scrape together cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I go to pay, realize I spent the last of my money on. I'm in the middle of ditching when the man catches me and puts me in kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much, offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living side. Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. Craig and I waited for the punchline. What night watchman did he? On in a game of poker in the back room, a speakeasy passage in the crew quarters of a cargo ship. Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's the food's so good. I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here. Especially not served on paper. I don't care about presents. Good, it should speak for itself. So, boo. And the paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you doubled them. Never has anything been said in Dream Daddy that I agree with. Paper plates are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Come on, guys.
Oh.
Hey. I asked for something. Help yourself. Save room for dessert. I made lemonberry savarin? Savarin. Definitely saying it wrong.
Oh.
Well, aren't you just full of... Greg looks over at me. Rises. Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime. Greg.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get second. So these two want a bone then, clearly. After consuming way more usabuko than my body could handle, and then with a generous serving of whatever Sabarin was, Craig and I decided to head.
I don't know.
Thanks for coming. I am making an attempt to be more... Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company, especially if there's a meal every day that includes vegetables for something else. I lost it. Let's give a shot to guys I would never. You know what I'm saying? I asked, what is it? What is that? It's delicious. I've never had it before. Covering the... Past 10. What does it consist of? It implied that it's Spanish. Oh, let's get... Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most... Awesome, dog. It's oxtail? The tail of an ox? No other mate? And if you have, like, a lot of usobuko, does that mean you need more than one oxtail? Not the action. I'm just, you know... I read what you said. Cut is called. So it's just like... It's ass mate. Because they don't want to call it ass mate. Which is kind of appropriate for a dad dating simulator. I'm Brian. I spend most of my day hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking of new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then... On a Friday night, you are most likely to... Slowly I can cook. If you had one thing to take with you on a deserted island, what would it be? My fishing pole. There's a joke there. I'm gonna say it. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. This guy's really into meat. What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman? Favorite movie genre? Romantic comedies? See, that's a problem. We need to start watching better. Well, what do you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. What is your ideal date? Deck building? Long time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I. Go with Brian, huh? Talk to Brian. Let's see how much more of a man Brian is. He already bested me by having a smarter daughter. Oh, well, thank you, past tense. Sounds still it. Ass mate. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda get along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more. Sake of the kids. Crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey, Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. Yesterday? Wasn't that forever ago? We should get the kids together and hang out soon. Strictly ass mate. Okay. A couple minutes until a ding comes from my computer and a message pops up on the screen. It's Brian! Let's see what he has to say. Hey, man! Oh, with a buddy. We should definitely hang. What do you think about mini golf? Fuck yeah! Can we just play golf it? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. That's a dad move. Rock on, Brian. Friendly competition. This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I'm gonna lose. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say that she's almost better. What is it with dads and competing with their kids? Like, my dad always has, like, I know it's a joke, but it's like, dude, sometimes we're better at you than shit. You know? Sounds great, man. Name the time and the place and we'll be there. Amanda!
Huh.
Hey, would you... A little out of practice, but I know my backswing is something to be... We're not launching balls. In mini golf. Keep it in negatives. Hey, well, Tiger Woods. Come on, kiddo, let's do this. Oh, damn. She's happy, Gilmore. She's gonna rocket a ball onto the freeway.
Hey!
Arr, matey, I'm as ready. Why are you talking like that? Because the course is pirate theme. Duh. He's standing on top. Oh,
Alright.
come on, pirate dad. Pirate with me? Arr, ahoy, scurvy. I don't see pirates, only angels. Of course, I'm gonna sound like pirate. Golfing abilities, I mean,
Huh?
come on, Dad, you tell me this is just gonna be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. It's just mini golf. Amanda, you don't have the right fucking attitude, then get the fuck out of here. Go to the arcade. Mini golf is so much more. I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda. Doc, just want you to know that there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much. You have to be Brian in mini golf. Whatever happened to just having fun? Oh, have fun. Eat them. Side-eye, but before I can side-eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy. Ahoy there, matey. See, Brian's got it. Brian knows that we're here. There's a pirate ship, you talk like a pirate. Boy. Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. It looks like they're already rented us some golf clubs for our version. I want to test those. I want to test those clubs. I want to make sure we don't got trick clubs by these saboteurs. Power move. Why didn't I think of that? See? All right, first mate. Buried treasure in these. Under it. Oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a pirate ship. I think it's just a play putt on. And it gives Daisy a look. I mean, aye, Captain. Ah, look at these two. They're two peas in a pod. So, you excited to get some mini golf in? Oh, you know it. You a gambling man? Oh. No, I don't want to. Wow, that's aggressive. Slavery? I don't like gambling, but I don't want to. I also don't really want to be too cool. I just kind of want to. How about the loser buys drinks tonight? All right. How do we make it a bit more? Yeah, I wouldn't do this. I'm listening. Loser has to mow the winner's lawn this week. Well, my yard's pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? I think is that also code for shape cubes? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're gonna edges. It's highly technical work, not for the faint of heart. I don't think I'll need to worry about that. I'm very good at. Oh yeah, hole in one every time. Don't do this. What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Right, eye each other up and may the best dad win. Right, shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go. Apparently, if you date... Yeah. Oh, fuck off. This sucks. I did not want to do this. Okay. No! Stupid. I don't like this at all. Are you kidding? Why does this have to turn into a fucking, like... I'm fucking mowing this motherfucker's lawn. Also, the sound makes it seem like I have a time limit. And I hate that.
Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of balls. Into the brine. You've lost your ball.
Sucks. Yep. Restart it?
Men sink no putts.
Well, let me see all the holes.
Full of ball.
That's terrible. Wait, what? A good time? Okay, hold on. No way. Shit. Don't have a save before this date started. Guess I just got. Cause I don't know, maybe I'm not doing that bad. It seems like I'm doing bad. Having a great time, having a fantastic time, destroying Brian underfoot. That's because your eye is twitching. No, it's feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. We're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. Right, it is just a game with extremely high stakes. A game we're currently winning. Dad, please, Amanda, please nail this next hole for me. We need this to keep the streak going. Really that important to you? Sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated oops. Disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youth science. She walks over and pats me on the back. Goes for your own good. Love you, kiddo. Bitch!
Armatey.
Boom.
Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of ball.
Oh, wow.
Into the
Boom.
brine.
Me another.
Yo-ho-ho in a hole full of ball. Into the
My
brine.
gosh. Shit, that one was bad. That one was bad. Oh!
Yo-ho-ho in a
Never
hole
mind.
full of ball. Dead men sink no putts.
That was not where I wanted it to go, and that was bullshit.
Sink no putts.
Wow. Okay. Plinko bullshit. The
Dead men sink no putts.
stupid. Stupid. Bullshit. Oh, god damn it. Aggressive putting, I disagree. I was doing really well, and then I just try to maintain an air of professionalism. Children present, but confetti cannons are going off my brain. Someone is placing a wreath around inner me with the words "best dad" emblazoned on it. Man, that was some good shooting there. Mini golf. Secret to mini golf is that you have to really be good. Arr, Daisy, did you have a good time? Yo ho ho, I did. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit. Daisy! I can take Daisy home so we can paperwork started for digging you to enjoy your night. Wow, she really wants me to have sex with his dad. Or at least drink. Make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. And Daisy skip away yelling about buried treasure. Bless that kid's tiny rebellious heart. Well, guess we should hit the bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Ryan and I walk into the Freaky Tiki, a kitschy island-themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls and several fake parrots about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which is a little more bearable since I won. Yeah, I just got victory. out of here. Already proven my superior dadness for the day. 2 pineapples of hospitality. Bartender whips us up. Drinks inside a hollowed out pine. Fire, and we have to blow them out before we... Usually I just like to, I don't know, drink my drinks. You don't want yours, I'll take it. Miss out on the taste of victory? I don't think. Take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Victory tastes fruity. Let's talk about lawn maintenance. I'm very particular. No electrical motors for me. A hand cut everything with scissors. I also only water the lawn with bottled spring water. Ran out, so you're gonna have to import some. Italian is preferred, but I'll settle for Icelandic if that's what you have. It's sweet that you're willing to put all this work into taking care of your dead grass. What? My grass is perfectly healthy. It's okay, buddy. I just know the trick to pick up. Of course, Brian drinks here. Well, he lost the game. He's got to buy the fucking drinks. I'll work my magic when I'm finished. Crash with the tiniest scissors. And even when he's trying to be helpful, I feel attacked. I sip more of my drink. I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition. Boys make me want to own a deck. Oh, I hate the show. It's so clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That's a 3-week job minimum. Do you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. Hold on. Like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers? I have a terrible news for you, Kirk. No, not them two. That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts, though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have the emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually help plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Oh shit, he's the architect. That beard holds the mysteries of our very neighborhood. Wow, nice work. Yeah, I kind of took after the footsteps of my old... He was a general contractor too. The best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying not to become your father, and then you wake up one day and there you are. But I get to work with my hands, and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter, so it's an absolute dream job for me. Well that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point. Dad. And I've been okay with that until now. Now I must defeat him. Have that patio furniture I haven't put together still sitting in the garage. Okay, maybe I should. Dad competition. Gotta keep it light. Dudes love to talk about their daughters. Right? Oh, shit, that made him horny too. So Daisy seems... Yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. Get them. I don't want to have sex with Brian. Past tense. I don't want to have sex with Brian. Okay? I want everybody to know. Don't want to have sex with Brian. Officially. To be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have a whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs heartily, I might add. It's pronounced Sean. See, we can keep things friendly here. It's perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian and prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason, I think. Let's keep it moving. More eggplants. Jiminy Christmas. Do you have a dog? Sure do. Can't quite remember what he looks like. Oh, he's a little corgi. Always has a handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, I'm getting it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone? Brian laughs. Kirk, if you wanted to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Show me the goods then. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. What a good boy. That's weird. Kind of weird dialogue. Well, not dialogue, just weird words. I look around the room and take in all the kitschy decor, looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian, and I gesture to it. Fish. It's definitely fake. Whoa, really? Everything in here is fake. The palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it. Over, he's right. I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger, though. Of course it was. Oh, really? Yep, I went. One of those big texts. Went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days, catching fish, drinking beer, you know, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on the boat, and we could sear fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there. Oh man, that's some of the best food I've ever had. Sean doesn't have. Yeah, he does. Don't let him tell you differently. That actually sounds amazing. Well, it was the last day. Everybody had gone to bed early, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too, then all of a sudden it just starts running. So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out the rod rack and I start fighting with the damn thing. I'm out there maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him up to the surface and finally get sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. And you know what happens next? What happens next? The damn thing smacks me in the face with its knocks me out. I wake up in the next morning on the deck. The fish is gone. Never felt dumber. So it got away. I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch this fish Captain Ahab style. Told a story that has no way to be proven. I believe that this Brian character is lying. He is lying about that marlin. There's no way to prove he actually got it. Or Daisy would be. Aw man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make. Why am I having this inexplicable urge? I can't tell him that I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. These are stupid. These are lies. Simply the best out there. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Come on. It'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers so we can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. Bring the kids with us. Come on. You know you want to. I sigh. I've been cornered. Yeah, I shouldn't have fucking said that. I don't want to go fishing. I fucking hate fishing. Fishing sucks. Fishing, like, when I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and they introduced the fishing mechanic, I was pissed because I knew there was a whole bunch of shit in the game that you'd have to do to get 100% completion that I don't want to have anything to do with because fishing is fucking dumb. I hate fishing. Fishing is the worst. It's basically like, hey, why don't we just go sit somewhere and drink beer and talk and not pretend we're doing something? Because fishing, I like fish. Why would I like fishing? Legend of Zelda fishing. I haven't played Legend of Zelda. That's another confession. I've never played a Legend of Zelda. And like Red Dead Redemption fishing, like after they teach you how, I never done it again. Because you have to get the right bait and go to the right place at the exact right time of day, and that's fucking dumb. Catch fish. What? Achievements, and it's stupid. Anyway, we're here. Ryan gives me an exuberant high five. Yes! Maybe we can catch the most fish. So I can get you mowing my lawn. See if we can get. You can try to beat me, but they don't call me Kirk. Good at catching fish has glasses for nothing. Kirk, good at catching fish, has glasses. What a nickname. Kirk, good at catching fish, has glasses. I'm spinning a web of lies that I fear one day. Sounds like it'll be a scrap. Ryan and I fish our drinks and finish our drink. I got fish on the brain. Till next time. It's a great opportunity for friendship. I'm real excited. And kiss my bass, Brian. Okay. All right. New fishing stream channel. Screw you, past tense. We're never doing it. Okay. I'm real excited. I'm real excited while I like it because of real big fish. It's not happening because that could be easily confused to not be a pun. Right? Opportunity could also be mistaken, but I like it a lot. And kiss my bass is very aggressive. So I'm going, this is a great opportunity for friendship. Damn it, it got me boners. And also for catching more fish than Brian. You're krilling me with these puns, Kirk. Boom! Mull it over. He'll come around to the fish related dad jokes in no time. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to become a whole thing, isn't it? Now he's got a fire in his eyes with a boner. Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch, flips on the TV. So how was your hang with Brian? He wasn't too spicy about his crushing defeat, was he? Nah, he was pretty gracious about it, like frustratingly great. Yeah, how dare that guy have some decency? Come on, Dad, he seems like a neat dude. I think so. I don't know. The guy loves good competition. Then again, apparently, so do I. What did you and Daisy end up doing? We hunted for the treasure for a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging around without a permit. So we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food. Does she seem that much older than Daisy?
Oh.
Don't tell him I said that. That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's mature for her age. You put her to bed. Sean's name's Brian. Yeah, Brian says he has a hard time relating to other kids. She reminds me of you at her age, although she doesn't bite people as much. I can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me. Oh, I told him I was an amazing fisherman. A lie. You hate fishing. I know. I'm kind of panicking. I'm sure he'll be fine, or it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up to the crack of dawn and sit silently in a boat on a lake for hours on end with no promise of a tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbor deep within your heart. Fishing's fun. You'll remind yourself as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection or simply just the abyss. Laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us. It's my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Daisy's coming too. Well, I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog. Fine, solved. I'm in. Alright. Pushed. Gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay? You got it, Pops. Another day. How did I do? S rank.
Make a dad blush.
Not S plus, but it's an S rank.
Welcome. You've got dads.
God damn it, Craig again? Fuck, why do I gotta hang out with Craig again? Hello, Amanda's dad. It's me, your friend Craig, who loves sports. Have a nice, smart children who are good at computers. Oh man, great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? I'm still strong. I am strong. Don't I know it? Say, I've been reading up whey protein. Did it all? I figured it'd help me develop a bit more muscle. Yeah, I know what that is. I'm not talking to him, right? My children are having a tea party and they wanted to invite Amanda, but we can't find her on here. You're also invited. Physical invitation to follow. Cool, I'd love to come. I'll let Amanda know. Thank you, Amanda's dad. It was clearly the kids. Clearly the kids. Also, why are we spending so much time with Craig? Coffee time, you know dads love coffee. Gonna brew myself something black as midnight on a moonless night. Hot and work on a few word jumbles while I wait for it to brew. Hey, this one spells sorrow. Dad, ready for today? I'm ready for every day, sweet. Gonna tackle it head on. No, are you ready for the thing that we're going to do today? The thing that you promised you'd do? Honey, I already told you that I'm not going to throw it. Tom Clancy. They're just stacked in the living room. I keep bumping into them and knocking them over. Wait, no, that's not what I was here about. The tea party, Dad. Oh, I don't remember. Craig's kids, that hand-drawn invitation. Amanda walks over to the refrigerator and comes back with a hand-drawn invitation on a sheet of computer paper inviting Amanda and Amanda's dad to a tea party. They spelled cordially wrong. Just put on some going outside pants and let's get going. I don't like Craig. Craig is too much of a bro. And he's too active to have a baby on his chest all the time. Go outside in sweatpants, something's stopping me. Dad. I've never had the thought of fuck authority when wearing sweatpants. I've never been like, fuck authority. I can wear sweatpants. I kind of want to wear sweatpants. Cargo shorts are accepted for... But I'm not wearing cargo pants, shorts. I'm not wearing cargo shorts. I'm wearing, sweatpants. You know what? I like this. I like this. Fuck authority. What did I say about the pants? Amanda, I am your father. Okay? I don't get to fucking hear your shit all day and then just live with it. Okay? I want to wear what I want to wear. I'm a rebel, sweetie. Huh. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be fun. Hello. Thank you for coming to our tea party. Oh, that's right. They're the Maple Bay. Excellent. I do my best bow and present my daughter. This way, please. Briar and Hazel lead us to a small table with tiny chairs. Some are occupied by stuff. And Matt and his daughter, Carmencita, are here too. Interesting. Matt raises a comically small plastic teacup at me. Hey, dude. How's the tea? The imaginary tea is absolutely wonderful. I taste a hint of lemongrass. Hello, Carmencita. Hello, Mr. Amanda's dad. Did you just wake up? Bitch! Fuck you. Also, did not know Matt was gonna be here. I would have put on some real pants had I known Matt was gonna be here. But you know what? You lose some, and you win some. Fuck. Those are inside pants. Hey, Carmencita! Hey! Fuck off. Amanda laughs. Fuck you, Amanda. Please have a seat. Briar and Hazel, shut the fuck up. I sit down between them. Matt, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out of this chair. Hi, everyone. I turn to see Daisy and Brian. Now Daisy and Brian are in the mix. Turn to the backyard and take a seat next to us. Sorry, we're late. Daisy made me put on a going outside pants. See? See? You're whipped by your daughter, bro. I'm wearing inside pants. Amanda punches me on the shoulder. See? Oh, so you approve of cargo shorts when they're on Brian, but not when they're on me? Dad, you're embarrassing me at the tea party. It's a high-class affair. But... Shh. About to start. Oh, goodness. Briar and Brian have too similar of names. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules for some tea. Oh my god, are they giving us weed tea? Now, if you all put on your designated tea... Are they having a tea party in their baseball clothes? Their little tiara is sitting on everyone's plates, well, except for... He's got a softball helmet. Oh, we ran out of tiara. I don't think this is gonna fit me, but I appreciate it. Dad, you're royalty. Dad tries to balance the ill-fitting softball helmet on top of his head, but immediately tumbles off and in. I'll get that later. Hey, everybody. Craig comes in. Sans, baby. Comes out with a teapot and a tray of... Dad, is the tea ready? Yeah, it's been steeping for a while now. Awesome. Would you girls like to serve your guests tea? No, thank you. We'd much appreciate our servants' help. Craig leans over to me. Craig places the teacups in front of all of us and a single sandwich cookie into each of our plates. He pours some tea into my cup. Awfully fluorescent for tea. I click my teacup with Matt's and take a sip. Good lemonade. Wait, yeah, we're gonna get fucked up. It's either weed tea or mushroom tea, and we're all about it real silly up in this piece. It's tea. Right. Very good tea. Lean over to Amanda, who's happily enjoying her tea, which is lemonade, which we know is hallucinogenic drugs. So, what do we do at tea parties? We enjoy the splendors of upper-class society, Father. Takes a long, dainty bite of her sandwich cookie. Marvelous. So the meaning of princesses has been called to order. Hear, hear. But I'm a warrior princess, I hunt stuff, and have, like, a really cool sword. Can I be a space princess? I'll allow it. And I'll be a rock star princess? I'm also a space princess. Can there be more than one? Space is pretty big, don't you think? I changed my mind. I want to be a space princess, too. Oh my god, have some individuality. Dad, what are you? Do I get to be a princess? Duh. Well, I guess that makes me... Oh... Oh, shit. We're about to break some ska out on these piece. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'll drop my crown on the floor and make sure to pick it up, pick it up, pick it up! Fuck! Yes! Ska references in my visual novels? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't care what they say. Best moment of the night. Nice. I think I'll be a landscaper in a general contract.
Hey.
Barista princess reporting for duty. Hey everybody, CrossFit princess here. Scott Daddy Kirk, I like that. Not now, servant. If it weren't for the princess uprising, it would be you, servant. We sip tea for a little longer and the girls run off to fight dinosaurs as space rock star warrior princesses, I think. They grow up so fast, it was like yesterday that I was helping Amanda throw her own tea parties. Did she make you a servant too? You betcha. Carmencita made me actually brew tea for hers. Pitfalls of owning a coffee shop. Pitfall, your custom blends are amazing. That hibiscus one you gave me a while back was choice. Choice hibiscus tea.
Oh.
Aw, thanks.
Hey.
It's really nice the girls are getting along. Yeah, I'm really glad we moved to this.
Hey.
We are too. Amanda's kind of been kind of a role model. We are too. Amanda's been kind of a role model to them, you know? I hadn't realized. I don't even know if Amanda there, but I guess they're right. All the girls in the neighborhood look up to her. Seems to go out of her way to play with them. I'm so... Better not proud dad cry at this tea party, Kirk. I brought extra word jumbles if anybody wants to kill some time while we girls play. Day rolls on and the girls get all tuckered out. Amanda spends the whole day playing with them and taking pictures. Promise that she'll send them the best ones later. We all clean up and help put away the tea sets and tables. We head out as Daisy and Carmencita fall asleep on their dad's shoulders. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye, rude boy princess. Fuck yeah. Want dinner? Nah, I filled up on cookies. Me too, I'm tired. Dude, same. Playing with a bunch of little kids while simultaneously want your attention and approval is surprisingly exhausting. But in a good way, but also kind of a scary way. In kind of a scary way. How so? I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior for them. I don't want to let them down. Guess you still feel bad about dropping the F-bomb in front of your cousin that one time? You? I don't know what word I was gonna use. I was so upset about this fake cousin. I corrupted her dad. She's secondhand smokes now. Well, those kids really look up to you. Glad they have you as a... Shucks, Pops. Ruffle Amanda's hair, and then go to sleep, apparently.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Alright. So... Gave Craig a chance, Matt a chance, Brian a chance, Robert a chance, Hugo a chance. We gotta make time for Damien and Joseph. Let's go Damien. How do you do? I finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I'll try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you'd ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On Friday night, I'm most likely to listen to true crime podcasts. Wow, you basic-ass bitch. While I taxidermy my newest specimens. Not as basic. Little weird. If you had one thing to take with you onto a deserted island, what would it be? A coffin. That's thinking ahead. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bossum correctly? Don't know if I don't know if I pronounced it correct. Yeah, Felix isn't here, though. He can't see me date this dude. What would you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign outhouse. Foreign art house. What's your ideal date? It's night. We're an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums the beat of our hearts. Bossum? What is it? Probably something bullshit. But you never leave home without. Hydrate. So, I'm so hydrated. This wasn't a soda. Spent a lot of time about, mortality? Aliens? This guy makes me feel stupid. Let's look at Joseph. Voted Maple Bay's #1 youth minister for 5 years running, living in the hometown with my beautiful wife and 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me out in the open water, setting sail on the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. Awesome. Well, I mean, what's weird is, like, yeah, that's what I prefer, because I'm a straight dude. Like, we gotta think about our gay tendencies while playing this game. On Friday night, I'm most likely to lead the community in a fun mixer. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? My 6th string, what are your turn-ons? My loving wife? That's a lie. You want dick, Joseph. Stop it. What'd you want to be when you grew up? A ship captain? What's your favorite movie genre? Feel-good movie. What's your ideal date? Lovely night on the town with my wife. You're a liar. Want D. What do you never leave home without? The Good Book. Spent a lot of time thinking about how I can be a better man, husband, and father. Well, fuck Joseph. Because Joseph was like a buzzkill, just talking about Jesus and his wife that he doesn't actually like that much. But Damien, you know, kind of wanted to go out with Damien here when Felix was around. Felix was I think, he dug Damien. Who I did too. Matt, I did too. Robert won? Yes, Robert won. Brian won. Craig. Let's try this Joseph shit. I have a feeling I'll hate it. He'll probably take me to a fucking baptism, like a nerd. Family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I should take him up on his offer to hang out. Wait, how do I hang out with a priest? I don't go to church. Should I be Jesus-y? Imagine Joseph's family staring at me as I fumble through some sort of prayer attempt. Not too Jesus-y, a light smattering of Jesus. Will he want me to pray? Is he going to pray at me? Do I have to pray at him? Talking to Joseph, huh? Yeah! Amanda, how many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? I selectively ignore it every time you do, Pops. Amanda looks over my shoulder at the screen. Joseph can't read your mind, you know. Gonna grill you some burger? No, alright. You know, if you want to talk, just message him. But I've never been a friends with a priest before. What do I talk about? Favorite Bible passages? Ice cream socials? Khakis? First of all, he's a youth minister with a tattoo, not a priest. There's a difference? You're overthinking it, Dad. Listen, just put it like this. Hello, neighbor. Thanks again for the invite to the barbecue. I'd love to hang out soon if you're not too busy. Isn't that a little too business casual? Fine. Give me the keyboard. I got this. She's gonna be like, give me that D, Jesus man. Hi, Joseph. It was great meeting you. Your family. Still new around here, so if you'd like, I'd love to hang out and get to know you. That smiley is a nice touch. Almost immediately, I receive a response. What did he say? Hi, Kirk. If you're not doing anything in a bit, the kids and I are baking treats for the church bake sale today, and we'd love to have you over. It'll be a blast, so let me know. He uses a lot of exclamation points. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't trust people that do that. I'm a bit of a weird texter. Don't really like emojis. I do like punctuation and I do like grammar. But people that use a lot of exclamation points, suspicious. Suspicious. More concerned about him signing his name with a tip. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Damn it, past tense. I'm willing to let it slide this time. I respond back. Sounds like fun. Kirk. Great, come on by the house as soon as we're ready. Well, guess I'm doing this. Save a brownie for me. Promise you won't sneak up behind me anymore? I blame Metal Gear Solid. There's me unblinking. I don't make promises I can't keep. Real to a fault, Pops. And Dad, please don't be weird about the religion thing. Me, weird. Make a short walk over to Joseph's place. Don't be weird. What if they hang out a bunch of crosses? Like the little porcelain babies. What if they're all praying? Do I pray before dinner? During dinner, over the porcelain babies? Door begins to crack, a shadowy figure obscured on the other side. Who's there? Kirk? Door opens the rest of the way. It's Joseph's eldest. What's his name? Hey. Hey, shit. Oh, let's go, Chris. Again, it's... I know your name, what your name is. Yeah, we met at the barbecue. How's the, Please don't say it. Jesus! How's the Jesus? Ha! Chris blinks slowly. Maybe he didn't hear that. You're weird. Is your dad, Before I finish, Chris walks into an adjacent room, leaving me in the front of the open doorway. Home? This is a great first impression. For a moment, I wonder if I should just go in, further subjecting Joseph's family to my winning attitude and awful charisma. Artful Mercifully, Joseph, he peeks his head around the corner. Kirk, you made it. Joseph approaches with his arms wide. I'm so glad you can come by. Are you ready to bake? I am not. As ready as I'll ever be. That's the kind of semi-confidence I like to see in a baking assistant. Come on in! Joseph leads me into a bright, spacious home full of nautical knickknacks. This isn't what I imagined at all. It's actually pretty charming. Yeah. I believe you've met Chris, who left you outside. Chris? Are you going to apologize? Oh, right, sorry. Gonna make eye contact with Chris, but he keeps looking away. He must be really shy. It's alright, next time just be a little more inviting to our guests, okay? Chris seems to relish the chance to escape the conversation and quickly vanishes into his room. Joseph turns to me apologetically. Don't take it personally, Chris likes to keep to himself. I mean, we didn't start off on the best foot in the world, plus being the eldest in the family can't be easy. Try to cut him a little slack where we can. Ah, and here are the fucking creepy twins, Christian and Christy. Wait. He has an older son named Chris, and he has a younger son named Christian, and a daughter Christy? What the fuck, dude? That's terrible naming. That's such shitty naming. You've basically ensured... I know, they're the Shining, like the Shining kids. But you've just ensured that when you try to say a name, all of them are gonna show up. Hello, Father. Hello. Kids, come on, dial it back on the creepy twin stick. Can you two say, come play with us, Danny? Oh no. Twins stare up in unblinking unison. Come play with us. Tony covers his mouth. Really holding back a... This is it. This is my dad World Series. Okay, now say, please help us, Mothra. Please help us, Mothra? Can't take it. Joseph is trying his best not to break kids. The twins seem to be catching on and look eager to bust their dad. but can we keep it up? Does he know his movies? Oh, I want to go obscure to see what it is. Now say he who walks behind the road. Uh-oh. He behind Rose. Room is silent besides Joseph, absolutely. And the last flub really. Children of the Corn, really? Fuck yeah, that's what it was. That movie is not great. I'll be honest. The first Children of the Corn is not a great movie, but I do recommend it one. Very interesting horror movie. It's not main. Off my game, some fierce. Great job, guys. We're scary. I was very scared. Joseph can't take it anymore. Despite his quiet. I read that over a smudge on my glass. Wouldn't you just say protesting? Laughing pretty hard into his hand and the giggle with. Quinn's obviously pleased with the new arsenal of spooky weapons. Leave him to terrorize the rest of the community. My work here is gonna be hearing those lines for a week. Next time we hang out, I'll try to teach him something. Alright, so looks like we've got a bit of a troublemaker on our hands. You think you can out-trouble a career pro? I don't know about that. Suddenly interrupted by a loud crash in the kitchen? What now? That doesn't sound good. Joseph furrows his brow and motions me to stay where I am. Wait here a minute. Jonah rushes into the kitchen. I remember this was... Half of fatherhood is trying to keep your kids from finding creative ways to kill themselves. He's got 4. Talk about worry. Take a seat on his surprisingly pristine couch and twiddle my thumbs. Pretty sturdy wooden bookshelf. It looks Joseph built. Big stack of what looks like travel mag. So the Serengeti, water mysteries of the... On and on. Seems like Joseph really loves a good adventure, unless this is a Mary thing. Next to them are a couple of different Bibles. Looks like he's covering all the Bible bases. King James, New American Standard. The Bible for teens. He is a cool youth minister after all. On a higher shelf, there's a bunch of old romance novels. Judging by the wine stains, those must be Mary's. The new ones... This one looks like Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective? Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective. What? Am I cutting in and out? Hello? Uh-huh. Am I cutting out now? I was gonna go on a thing with Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective. Because what kind of name is Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective? Change something real quick. All right. I think that should... Ah, that... Hello, check one, check one. I think that'll be better for our needs. Okay. Hot Body Johnson Sex Detective. The 8th installment in... Wait, this is a series? There's a couple of cool knickknacks on the coffee table in front of me. Hey, a cross. Hey, another cross. This one looks a little different. And a third cross. Unified design aesthetic smart choices. Back to Sex Johnson. There's also a brass thing here. Looks like something a sailor would use to navigate with. I think they're called sextants. Huh, sex. Well, you have this many kids, and things are bound to end up on the floor no matter how hard you try to keep it clean. I spot a terrifying cloth doll that appears to have both arms pulled off several times and has been stitched back together a lot. Tag says C+C, of course. I set that down and spot a houseplant. Hey, little guy. Keep being you, tiny houseplant. I spot one listing on the floor next to the houseplant. It's a silver necklace. Wow, this looks expensive for something casually tossed on the floor. If there's a store here, it's none of my business. It's been a while. I guess I should I should go in the kitchen and see what's up.
Oh.
I walk into the kitchen and find Joseph holding Christy in one arm. She seems a lot calmer than she was a minute ago. I raise an eyebrow at Joseph. The twins are a lot more manageable when they're separated. Where's Christian? He ran off. Christy dips a spoon into the brownie batter and gives it a taste. Dad, it's too sweet. You're too sweet. No, I'm not. You're so sweet we might have to water you down with spiders. That's a weird sentence. You're so sweet we might have to water you down with spiders. No, not spiders. Joseph begins tickling Christy with his free hand. Ah, I get it. Between the laughing and squirming, I don't know how he's got a hold of her, but that girl is locked in place. The man is a professional child wrangler. That's also a weird thing to say. Christy fixes me with her best puppy dog eyes. Save me from the spiders. Renegade option might be my own tickling, and you don't tickle another person's child. But I also don't want to spoon duel a Spider King. Grab a wooden spoon pointed at Joseph's direction. On hand her foul beast! Okay, Kirk the Valiant, let's see what you got. You may have defeated me at the Tarantula Ridge, but now I have the upper hand. Joseph gently puts Christy down behind him. Have you come to squash me, knight, or have you merely fallen into my web? I'm no mere fly, Spider King. Now on guard! For a moment or so, Joseph and I mock duel with the two dumbest looking spoons in the room. Why do they have to be dumb spoons? Eventually, I strike a killing blow in the invisible heart between his arm and his body, and Joseph recoils in horror. Blast! I am defeated. You can never best me, Spider King. For I have the power of... I sneak a taste from the brownie batter. The magic... Oh man, that is way too sweet. Christy begins jumping up and down excitedly. My hero. Christy hugs my leg before making a surprisingly fast exit. Hey, wait, do you want to bake the brownies with us? Christy hesitates, then shakes her head no again. Sparkle Pony. Sparkle Pony? Joseph looks confused. You don't want to break with Dad now, you want to play with Sparkle Pony. Yes. Okay, go. Before Joseph can finish the sentence, Christy is out the door and down the hall. Ahead. Joseph sighs deeply as he stares into the chocolate batter. He tastes it again, face twisting. And that is still way too sweet. So, what made that crash? Egg batters on the linoleum floor. Egg beaters on the linoleum. It's my new techno single. Still haven't thought of a B-side. Now we're both looking into the batter. Got a sickly sheen of sugar and chocolate candies throughout. I have a feeling Christy has something to do with it. We need a fresh start. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not really a baker, but don't even sweat it. The bag came with instructions, and we have that mysteriously vanished along with my daughter. So we'll probably be fine. Probably. Yeah, probably. He certainly looks confident. Alright, Kirk, you've baked a cake from a box before. Once, how hard could this be? Now grab a spoon and get ready to rock! Mario Batali saved me. Joseph and I set to work cracking the eggs, mixing the things, and then pouring the things according to how we assume the back of the box will tell us to. Things go according to plan, and soon enough we have a solid batch of brownies. Phew. Wait. Joseph has a little dot of batter on his nose. Wow, Kirk, way to use the dad skills. I bet you baked a few box mixes in your time. His nose. Joseph, all we have to do is bring these to the bake sale, and voila, duty done. Now help me find Christy. Keep your eye out for pony that sparkles. Joseph, hold still. What? Thumb in position, and got it. Joseph eyes go wide as I gently wipe the chocolate off of his nose. Is he blushing? Oh, thanks. No problem. In less than a second, I've licked the batter off with my finger. Hey, off my finger. It's really good batter. We should find Christy. Yeah, now there's sexual tension. Yes, we should. Yes. So quickly composes himself and apparently tucks his boner away. All right, she can't be far. You take the delta position and I'll watch your 6. Yeah, of course you'll watch my 6. Do you even know what that means? Alpha Tango Sparkle, Roger Roger. Starts making his way down the hall and calls back to me. Take the brownies and the rest of the stuff I baked earlier today while I get Christy. We'll meet you out by the car. Joseph, Christy, and I arrive at the church parking lot to find fold-out tables and pop-up tents already set up. Looks like the bake sale is already in full swing. Great job, Kirk, always causing sexual tension. Well, that's me. Kirk causing sexual tension has glasses. So much talking. Joseph, Christy, and I arrive at the church parking lot. Fold-out tables, full swing. Wow, this place is packed. Is this packed? There's a few people milling around. Must be a value pack. Haha! If you can count a city's population on your fingers and toes, this counts as packed. Point. Christy rockets out of the car and into the lot. Is she running on jet fuel? I want to sell brownies! Okay, let's get set up. I want to see Mom! She's down by the other row of tables helping out with another group. Want to go over there and tell her I said hi? Mom! Christy zips off immediately. Joseph seems unconcerned. Does she always run that fast? Yeah, and I can only catch her half the time. These knees aren't what they used to be. I remember when Amanda was her age. I couldn't get her to sit still for 5 seconds. Yep, great age to deal with. While Christine gone, Joseph and I arrange all our baked goods on the table and settle in. So, are we allowed to eat any of our own goods? Look, if I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. The man upstairs has strong feelings about snitches. Does he actually? And God said unto Moses, snitches get stitches. Joseph shrugs, eats a brownie. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but it feels like Joseph is like, he's questioning his relationship with his wife, you know? He's in a 4-child family. He's probably just sick of it all, man. He's like, sure, some something new. Looks like some of the other stalls are selling drinks like little handmade crafts and other sweets. Whoa, someone brought a soft serve ice cream machine. I gestured to it. How are we supposed to compete with that? Please, this isn't my first time to the rodeo, the bake sale rodeo. There's actually no rodeo here. It's just a bake sale. I think you and I put together can make one pretty convincing argument for these brownies, don't you? Oh yeah. We high five. If you bake it, they will come. It's not long before we have our first customers. What's up, Matt?
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. Hi, Carmencita, you were a bitch to me at that fucking tea party, so I don't even want to talk to you. Matt, Carmencita, great to see you guys out here. Happy to support a good cause. Plus, you know, as the owner and proprietor of the Coffee Spoon, an establishment that specializes in baked goods, I have to scope out the competition. Joseph leans close to me. This guy knows his stuff. Stay on your toes. So, what recipe did you use for these brownies? Don't say you use the box recipe. Don't say you use the box recipe. Just how Nona used to make it. I want to be honest, though. I want to be honest with Matt. We got close, you know? I want to be honest with Matt. Can't go wrong when it's spelled out for you. Joseph gives me a look. Oh, yeah. Wow. See? Boom! Boom! I'm going to get laid with Maddie. Hell yeah. I actually use a box recipe sometimes, too. It's always better when you sub butter for oil, though. Good to know.
Oh.
All right. We'll take 2. Actually, we'll take 3. I ring them up and high-five Joseph as our happy customers walk away. See, not so hard? Yeah, I'm hot off the good feeling from the last sale. Who's next? We sell brownies to a bunch of people I don't recognize, but who clearly know Joseph. Eventually, another familiar face pops up. Kirk, it's Brian. What's up, Brian? Close enough. Can we interest you two in any of our fine sweets and treats? You sure can. I bet I could eat 10 brownies. Must resist urge to be competitive. Oh, damn it. But see, if I challenge him, he might buy more brownies. What, do I try to challenge the man to sell more brownies? Or do I accept that this man could probably put away more brownies than me because look at him. He's packing weight.
Well,
They used to call me Brian Hollow Legs Harden back in the day when I was in a competitive circuit. Think you could go brownie for brownie with me? 12 brownies. Fuck! Well, I mean, honestly, I don't really mind. I don't want to bone him. Brian and I stare each other down. Ah, you're right. I'll just take one for myself and one for Daisy here. Coming right up. You excited for youth group movie night, Daisy? Yeah, what's the movie? It's a surprise. It's about Jesus. It's the Fast and the Furious? What? That is not a church-appropriate film, Joseph. The Fast and Furious is not appropriate for children. God damn it. I don't like this Joseph guy. I'm glad I turned him off. Really?
Yeah.
If you think about it, there's some heavy religious undertones. That gets a for me. Also, just no. Come on. Joseph hands a baggie to Daisy. I made sure to give you guys the edges. Clearly superior part of the brownie topography. Thanks, Joseph. Our two customers walk off with their purchases. Joseph and I survey our stock. These are selling pretty hot. At this rate, we'll have enough money to pay for the new paint job on the church pews in no time. Wait, what happened to the pews? Ernest spray painted his rapper alias onto him, Young Steinbeck. I would have gone for young man in the sea, but I can respect that. Speaking in ministerial terms, Ernest is hard to reach. Ministerial terms? In father terms, Ernest is kind of a turd. Being a cool youth minister seems like a lot of work. It is, but it's worth it. Although, sometimes I wish... Never mind. What? Kind of silly, but do you ever wish you could just drop everything and go lounge around on a beach somewhere in the tropics, drink fruity blended beverages, fall asleep on a hammock? You know, basically live out Jimmy Buffett's song? Yeah. Joseph, I can think about this every single day of my life. My dream is to live in Margaritaville. One day, my friend, one day we'll be on island time. Make a couple more sales to some more church patrons. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Off in the distance, I spot my old buddy Craig. Craig! He's gonna be hard to sell. Craig's a fitness man. I think he comes to these bake sales to test himself, to see if he has the resolve to refuse processed sugar. Are you sure you're ready for this? We go way back. I got this. Craig jogs up to our table with Briar Hazel in tow. Oh, and the baby. They're each finishing an ice cream code, so it's unlikely we're going to sell them on brownies too. Probably won't be able to sell the baby. She's impossible to read. It all comes down to Craig. Hey, bros. Hey, Uncle Joseph. Hi, Amanda's dad. Would you be interested in one of our delicious homemade brownies? I don't know. You can't spell diet without die? Well, remember that one time could get us in trouble. Because remember that one time could mean anything. And they went back. They used to be college bros. So he's definitely seen him do shit that you don't want to mention in front of kids. But it seems like it might be the right answer. Hey Craig, when we were freshmen, remember how our next door neighbors punked us by switching our laundry detergent with dish soap? And how our washing machine exploded with suds? And then we decided to get back at them by baking brownies for them, but sprinkling high-intensity hot sauce into the mix. Then we watched them cry after eating it. Ah! I would feel bad, but we had to clean up the laundry room ourselves. Anyway, these brownies are like that, but without the hot sauce. Maybe you should get one more for old time's sake. Craig thinks for a second. Well, the girls just won a game. You know what? We'll take one for each of us. Even River? I'll eat hers. You got yourself a deal. Boom! Making youth pastors horny. What a night! The day winds down and pretty much out of items to sell. Everyone starts packing up. Christy eventually comes back and immediately falls asleep in Joseph's folding chair. Box mix, huh? Mary saunters us. She looks like she'd rather be anywhere else than here. Mary is a bitch. I'm so sick of Mary. Oh, hi, honey. Yep, they're selling like hotcakes. Making youth pastors horny. My new ringtone. It's my new single. Well, it's actually, they're just brownies. Cute and boring and safe. Fuck you, Mary. Hey, Mary. Still a bitch? Mary's eyes died over me. What's the rookie doing here? I was hoping to introduce Kirk to the rest of the community. Uh-huh. You get a load of this freak show? What?
Hey.
Weird folk is all holier than thou types.
Hey.
Don't you think, Kirk? Mary,
Come on.
let the kid answer the question. They all seem like they're really excited about helping out the church. That's pretty cool, I guess. Mary, can we talk about this later? Ugh, am I embarrassing you in front of your new friend? Joseph doesn't respond, trying his hardest to keep his cool. Can we please talk about this later? Mary, sure thing. Honey bear. Mary turns her attention to me. Hand over the cash. Jesus, I'm not trying to rob you. I'm in charge of the funds here. I hand over the cash we made. It feels like a hefty wad, if I say so myself. What a bit. What a bit. Yeah, Mary fucking sucks. No wonder he wants some dick. This bitch is a... Oh, God. I hate Mary. You're the worst. And she's out trying to fuck young dudes at bars and shit. Now, give me your wallet. What? Give me your wallet. You think this church is gonna fix itself? Mary. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry. I'll work on the whole pretending to be happy thing. Jesus Christ, Mary leans away. He's really good at it. Mary walks off without saying goodbye. Yeesh. I'm really sorry about that. Really likes pushing your buttons, huh? Joseph shrugs. No marriage is perfect. You ready to head out? Joseph and I load up the folding tables back into my car. Christy nods off the moment Joseph straps her into her car seat. I drop Joseph off in front of his house. A small yawn sneaks out of me. Looks like I tuckered you out, huh? I'm a sleepy dad. I think I might finally be crashing from all the sugar. I won't keep you up then. Thanks for helping out today. Happy to do it. That marriage is in shambles. Well, next time I promise you we'll do something a bit more exciting and a bit less free labor, and I'm very sorry about the whole thing with Mary. You shouldn't have had to see that. It's fine, really. I know, but first hang out domestic problems aren't a good look. You barely know me. Let me make it up to you next time. It won't be Margaritaville, but we'll do something fun, I promise. I smile. I'd like that. Oh, and one last thing. Joseph tosses a cling wrap brownie to me through the window. It hits me in the face, but I'm able to catch it. It's the last one. You earned it. Joseph, please don't leave me alone with this brownie. Nope, too late. I'm already walking away. But, bye! Joseph walks up to his home. He waves at me before carrying Christy inside. Well, looks like it's just you and me, Brownie. I want to save the brownie for my daughter. Didn't she want one? Even though that bitch is still gonna sneak up on me? Pocket that brownie. This might come in handy down the road. I step inside to find Amanda doing homework on the couch. Hey, father unit. Hey, child that I'm required by law to care for. How's homework? It's really fun and educational. Really? How long have you known me for? Right, how was that bake sale? Good, I think I really could have made a good life for myself as a brownie salesman. Glad to hear it. So what? Were there any extra brownies, or did you maybe sneak one, or think for a moment and realize I still have the brownie that Joseph gave me? This would probably do better in someone else's stomach than mine. Heads up. Wait! I hurl the brownie towards Amanda. It hits the wall behind her and falls on the ground. Nice throw. She scoops up and smiles at me. Thanks, Pops. Hey, if you're not going to be in bed anytime soon, would you be game for some real shark hunters of Orange County? I thought the last hunter got eaten by sharks. He did. I sat down next to her and cozy up with a blanket. Awesome. That marriage shambles. Let's see. I did piss him off by competing with that guy. Could have sold a couple more brownies. Holy shit, that's a pretty big total. S rank. Fucking Mary, bitch. Margarita zone. All right.
Dads.
I should get another message, right? Oh shit, usually I get like a message. He got jealous? Who got jealous? Yeah, I'm wondering. I was gonna do that because I'm like, he says, like, supposedly he's a dad. I have no fucking proof of this. I think that'll be the last date of the night. I don't think my voice could take it. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, and I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I tried messaging him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from the computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all cut up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally, I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Aw man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I never wrong when it comes to pie! Special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, what can I remember what the secret ingredient is? Probably not salt. Probably not more cherries. I'll go almond extract. Why not? It's almond extract. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. Finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in here? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's gonna be so excited. The kid loves a good pie. I have a seat in the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops! What smells like pie in here? It's pie. Darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Okay, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based convection. What are you trying to get out of me? Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and a bank robber. Lifestyle's calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciate the years we spent together, but the trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza? Thanks for all of the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on the rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying that's because you know it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly, and you are currently, right now, trying to pass it off if it's a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat the fucking pie, Panda? You cut us a few slices and we sit and eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch Amanda take a bite. What's wrong? Is it not good?
No.
Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. That's right, Amanda. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right, the pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. This bitch! That's right, past tense. That's right, this bitch. Oh, my phone is doing that. I don't see you making anything, Amanda. No, exactly. She doesn't make shit except excuses and criticism. She hasn't done a fucking thing around this house. really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe as a society, we should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
Hey.
Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I ran to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Doesn't even contribute financially. Wants a career in photography? Come on. Go to the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats into her room and do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decided to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing for Robert. Hope he's okay. I turn on the lights and lie down. Want some food for you? Why don't you buy it with your own damn money? Hey, Kirk. Hey, Kirk. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. What the fuck? Oh, what is that? I just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, rapidly turn it off, and notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against the pickup truck in my leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. Typical Rick. I open up my door. I open up my door to try and figure out what's going on. You're not wrong, Fast Tense. You're not you're not wrong. Hey, wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Come on. Come hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right, 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes, and jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out of the cul-de-sac.
Hey.
You like Tom Waits? Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, the Tom Waits is all. That's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the window as we drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us on the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, it looks like I'm in for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who is driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there I just can't place. How old is this thing? Older than you. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the space next to him. Sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us. As lights blink off in the distance, off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's so gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. Jesus Christ. I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. I can see the whole city from up here. It really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight. I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh, please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe an audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was going to stab you just now? What? No. Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years, I've been putting the most valuable junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend. I'll reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Ha, nothing gets passed by you, huh? Now Robert wants to have sex with me, too. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm going to warn you, the last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting you're familiar with. Correct? I honestly cannot tell when you're kidding. I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. You ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandfather, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check. Kirk, I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and I've come to think of you as a friend, I'm willing to attribute this to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood's gonna splinter. Is the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands. I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands. You cannot make a sick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs. Do Rick and Sean secretly want to fuck you? I mean, who doesn't? Good luck riding with that. You made a highly dangerous weapon. Cool! Is that wrong? That's a tongue depressor. I should put that in my first aid kit. Never know when you might need one. I've made a tongue depressor. That is a toothpick. You realize that you could have picked your teeth with a knife. Yeah, I could have, but that's way more dangerous. What is this? Chicken nugget. Please don't eat that. I have made Robert uncomfortable. That's supposed to be. Good old Louisiana. Beautiful place. Got stabbed there once, you know. Or was it Kentucky? I've made Louisiana. This is a very odd thing. What do we have here? It is a stick. I made a chopstick. One chopstick is useless, right? That is a duck. Maybe you can carve up some wooden bread crusts to feed him. Got a cool duck. Man, there's a lot of wood out here. I've just been shaving up a ton of shit out. We gonna do a little horse? Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? Big old dog. I think you're taking some artistic license here, but I can respect that. How many wood things are we gonna fucking make, man?
Oh.
Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ah! While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost at the carving. He doesn't notice I'm bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? He pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck, and I can hear him rummaging through his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes off all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic into the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze around on the wound and wraps it all up. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep that cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy, apparently. Apparently I find this a little sexy, officially. Guess I'm a real whittler now. That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood? Cryptids. Tons of them out there, you know. Cryptids like Mothman and stuff? Mothman is bullshit, but yeah, the town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. Cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. Shut up, past towns. Robert and Rick are not the same person. And that's the character that I'm playing thinks this character is sexy. Think about the entire time in the city, aside from the occasional stray coyote. I don't think it's too bad. You ever hear the Dover ghost? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you a story. Good! A really long story, Robert. Thanks. I was out in the woods on the weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy. She's a big pup. Pitbull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to pee whenever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea in my head that I can hide deeper into the woods, probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. Gets a little late and we set up camp, but it's a different this night. Real quiet. I can hear in the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around. The clearing, nobody's there. But there's this feeling, not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man, but it's something that didn't know what man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big, arms too big for its body. Black eyes, it just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in the tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since. Okay, you're full of shit. You think I'm lying? Howard pulls out his wallet and shows you a picture of a beautiful pit bull. Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you could hear the howl of the Dover ghost. The howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It sounds so guttural, even from far away. Something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn around at Robert. He's as white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right? I was messing with you. Up until literally just now, I totally made that camping story up. I strain my eyes and scan the forest line, trying to see whatever the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I can make out a shape. I barely can't make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go. Robert and I slowly back away and get in the truck. He turns off the headlights and make a slow crawl away back into the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that? The Dover ghost, I guess. I juggle nervously. This time, it doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve. Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves. We sit in silence for a little while longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city. Thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody. Doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights up another cigarette.
Hey.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought I would make me happy, but I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I'll wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road. Maybe I just built like this, or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad. There's a great many of them, But there was always a light at the end of the tunnel, something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be. Do you ever wish you were a better father? I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever propel you for raising a child. So much stuff I regret or wish that I could have done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does. It's funny, I look at you in your relationship with your daughter, and it seems perfect. It isn't. At least you're there for her. Stare out the window at a blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me. What did your dad do? It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic, didn't think he ever once told me he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom. Do you hate him? No, I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. Missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison. What? I turn and smile at him. No, he retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. We both break out in laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the brightest lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him. You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks and then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting.
Yeah.
You know the Mothman is bullshit, right? Amanda, Lang, I know what... You know what? It's fine. Think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards the room. Hey, Amanda. She stops. I love you. It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. I chuckled to myself, then finally decided to go to bed. Alright. Date complete. Shoot. S rank.
Oceanic eyes.
Welcome. You've
Alrighty.
got dads.
Save it up. And we're gonna call it a night. Thanks, past tense. I think you were the only person watching, possibly. Thank you very much. If anybody else was, I appreciate it as well. Oh, I just realized it. Yep. Anyway, hopefully I'll catch you Sunday and Monday morning. I have no idea what I'm doing Sunday morning, but Monday morning will be the film Parole Inc. that has decent reviews for being a public domain film, so that should be fun. But Sunday and Monday at 9 a.m. Hopefully I'll see you there. Have a good one, past tense. Hopefully the dad dating got your rocks off, you weirdo. But anyway, later, dude. Peace.